give us an example of how an individual who is a client or a customer of the bank and how they would be able to share their information, and the bank would be able to use the blockchain technology to store and potentially share that information internally amongst the bank and potentially with another entity.
An example I like to give, because this did actually happen to me about a month ago, I walk into my bank. Now, I've been a customer of this bank, savings, checkings account, over 12 years. I walk into same bank to open an investing account, so a self-directed brokerage account, and I had to go through an entire new KYC AML process. So that means yet again giving them my passport, yet again giving them a copy of my driver's license. So now the bank has two different areas that are not talking to each other, but that both hold my passport and my driver's identification. So using blockchain infrastructure, or for example, the Shyft Network infrastructure, which basically having a trusted party post an attestation, instead of actually transferring data and having data in more silos, there's instead an auditable trail of a posted attestation by a trusted party who said, you know what, I know who this person is, I will vouch on their behalf. If in fact you do need the data that I'm holding, we can have that discussion in a private side chain, or do that data transfer at a later date if you need it for auditing purposes. But it's really about, the benefit is about reducing the amount of silos that are holding your data, reducing the amount of areas that your passport is sitting in to ultimately reduce the threat of hack.
So for the example you just gave me, it brings me to another point I wanted to ask you about, which is the growing trend or concept that people are focused on called self-sovereign identity. I was hoping you might be able to sort of walk us through exactly what that means to you and your organization, and how you believe the technology of blockchain smart contracts would be able to help promote SSI.
One of the things that we're very concerned about is reducing the amount of people and actors who are responsible for holding your data securely, and instead being able to provide those trust anchors who are already holding your data securely the opportunity to not only monetize their existing storage systems for anyone who does use your data, to reduce their costs associated with collecting any sort of identification on you, and additionally really putting the power back into the end user. So giving the end user a way to provide consent. So for example, if you're a major social media company who is selling my exhaust, my data, my likes, my preferences to advertisers, obviously the advertiser that wins is the one who bids the highest on effectively your personal likes and whatnot. That intermediary gets compensated for what truly your personal preferences are.